This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Pay attention to the technicals. Hit the like button if you trade Bitcoin. Shout out to the VIP guys, right-hand side. Sorry about that. The right-hand side, we have an expansion formation, a bell, a bump and run. It is active. We're going to go through that. Also on the left-hand side, the rising wedge. Yes, I gave you the heads up on the momentum trap. If you paid attention to the momentum, you saw that 4-hourly curve to the upside and absolutely hammer the bulls. Boom. To the downside. Shout out to the VIP. This is London. Former hedge fund owner, private non-SEC, and not financial advice. Look at JMac. Look at JMac, 624%. JMac, that is the stuff that champions are made of, my man. What's going on? Brother, way to trade. Way to trade. Lots of action in the back, guys. 68%, 186%, but that's 624%. Boom on a short. That's what VIP is all about, guys. Tons of returns. Look at Venus, 151%. I clocked in a few today, over 5 to 7K each. Nice job, guys. Way to go. VIP, where the winner's circle is. You understand that. Now, in terms of guys, you got to be careful with Bitcoin right now. I'm telling you, you got to be careful with her. She is in kind of a vicious mood. Now, I did discuss wanting to line up some of the MACD. And if you're not in VIP, or if you are, I'll just say if you are, guys, I'm really excited about 2022. And we're just doing great, guys. You guys are doing just awesome. I love to see when you guys trade. Now, I have a real micro version of the MACD on the framework here. Let's take a look at this. I want to show you what I go through when I am looking at getting into a long trade, right? When I'm looking at getting into something in terms of wanting confirmation, the 30-minute time frame. You see the 30-minute right in here. Yes, that 30-minute. I want that to be in unison, in agreement with the 1-hourly time frame. You see the 1-hourly starting to roll to the upside. I like this. I'll count this as a 1 and a 2. Copy that. Now, yesterday we got real tricky on the 4-hourly. That was that momentum trap I told you about. In terms of this 4-hourly, we need to see this 4-hourly curl over, but I'm encouraged by the 30-minute. I'm encouraged by the hourly, with the understanding that 30-minute could be a bit fragile up along the top end here. Make sure that you account for that. We've had this 30-minute being agreeable for bulls for a while. That MACD momentum signal indicator, that 1-hourly is getting some fresh blood. I like to see that hourly start to kick in, but I need that 4-hourly to kick in. I'm going to tell you, for real strong, solid kind of, yes, big time entries, I want this 8-hourly. I'm telling you, I want that 8-hourly. I want it to look good. All right, I want it back too, guys. I want it to roll back here to the upside and get back into blue positive territory. So the 4-hourly, the 8-hourly are front and center with me. Yes, I pay attention to that 8-hourly. Don't dismiss it. It's been extremely, I'd say accurate in terms of just take a look at the 4 and the 8-hourly, and look at the 8 in line with the price action. You guys will be very impressed with that 8-hourly. Now, the weekly is the one to keep the real eye on, and you know this. We go through this all the time in the back, but that weekly is rounding to the upside. I'll just say a lot can happen on your day trades with still, let's say some positive weekly momentum. So watch out for that. Again, the daily. So 4-hourly, 8-hourly, and daily are really the ones that I've got scoped out, target sight. I want them to the upside. Okay. Yes, we're going to be trading. Yes, we're looking at, and we look at this expansion, the bump and run. This is going to be called the lead in phase here. We call these bells because they like to rock, bam, and swing to the upside, boom. But this specific lead in phase here, this would be bump number 1, right? We're always prepared, and please pay attention. We are always prepared for not just a single bump, but a second bump before the run, bam. So lead in phase is typically going to look like this. All right, it's going to have some consolidation. Then we'll have the bump. Then sometimes, guys, we'll have a double bump. So be prepared to operate along this level of support at all times. And of course, with Bitcoin right now, you know that 200 weekly moving average. 200 weekly moving average. I'm going to tell you right now how to make sure that you have the 200 weekly moving average on your watch list. I want you to add Bitcoin, and then put index, put Bitcoin index. Okay, very important. This is a big clue for you guys. Bitcoin all-time history index. Make sure you have the all-time history index. When you click on that, it's going to give you a price chart with all of the price action of Bitcoin. Very important. Some people are telling me, well, London, I can't get the 200 weekly average, the weekly moving average on my chart. Well, you need to add that Bitcoin index. Okay, that index is going to give you all of the price action. So as we were to, let's get back over in here and kind of balance out the screen just a touch, I want to let you know typically, guys, listen. Typically, when you break down out of a rising wedge, that's not bull country, okay? That's not where you want to be talking about being involved if you're a bull after you've broken down out of, let's say, down from this line of support on a rising wedge. You can look at the history and you can continually see that once you break this specific level, it is not time to be involved. I'm going to tell you, consistently look at your specific rising wedges. When you break this feature, the support line, which we've broken handily, I'll just tell you, it's not bull country. It's not where you want to be involved in. The only thing that I will say right now is that while, yes, you're in the midst of picking up at that 23.6, okay, the 23.6 has measured from the low to the high. We've had tons of trades in the back. We've had quality trades in the back. That's not what I'm really getting at right now in terms of the ability to trade. It's uncomfortable to trade against the momentum. You must understand that. You can get the digs if you're going for the long. You can get those real strong digs. However, if you're shorting, if you decided to short up along this level like J-Mac did, some of the VIP, it's much more comfortable. Now, you're running into resistance essentially along the way down with that 23.6 as measured from the low to the high. All right, we would expect some interaction either at the 23.6 or the specific 200 weekly. So that's the one. I'd say that's the one, save provision for Bitcoin right now. Yes, we're down out of the rising wedge. However, that we've broken the line of support, but we're sitting just right above a 200 weekly moving average. That's a crucial fact because that specific level has operated continually. As you look at the history here, just continually has operated as a strong level of support. So to just dismiss this as a typical rising wedge and say, well, that's it, the bulls are done. I have to tell you, I have huge orders waiting at that level, the 200 weekly moving average, to the extent that we can get there. Now, yes, we have a lower technical target, which needs to be understood, which needs to be recognized. Okay, there's over a 50% chance of us returning, believe it or not, I'm going to say the $20,000 mark. There's over a 50% chance. That would be excluding the operation of the 200 weekly moving average. So until we surrender this level, I'm not going to be on the bear bus. I have to tell you, I will not be on the bear bus. I don't expect that the VIP will be on the bear bus. We will go bulls, and we will be suited just fine doing that. Let's hit this 200 weekly moving average if we get a chance. A lot of orders will be at that level. Pay attention guys. Pay attention to your trades. You know that. But in terms of these specific features here, I'll remind you that after breakout of a bell formation, the lead in, the bump one, right, bump two potential, I'll say that these like to take traders' money on breakout. Just be careful. If you trade them enough, you'll see that, yes, they're highly likely to break out. They do like to get aggressive to the upside. One thing I'll say, though, is you can lose your shirt playing these on a breakout basis, okay? The place to be involved in these is from the mid-level, from the lower level of support, okay? So with I'd say a qualified or a scheduled in basis in terms of your exposure. If you were to pick, let's say I'd have maybe a quarter or a fifth or a sixth of the exposure I would want in a mid-level position, with the understanding that I would be prepared to hammer down in on this level of support to really fulfill my trade obligation that I had set into this type of a pattern framework, right? A bit of exposure in and around this area, the midline function, particularly if you can get into some nice, as we were in the back here today, just trying to let you guys know a bit about these patterns because they can be great money makers, right? But looking at once you can get into some pattern formations, get into a bit more security in terms of your trade, just always promise me this. Always be prepared to operate at lower levels on these patterns. They're not guarantees. We like to rock the bells to the upside. Just make sure that you are never overexposed and you are prepared to operate at this level of support because these are the big money makers. If you want to really know about this pattern, if you can get down to this level here, this is what prints the cash on these patterns, guys, just to let you know how they play out. But we're looking forward to additional trades in the back end. Yes, do pay attention to that 200 weekly moving average. I appreciate your patience and your time today. It's about a 10-minute video. I want to invite you to join our VIP. Guys, most of you are already VIPs. We're so excited about it. 2022, we're building. This link here will get you the opportunity to join the top shelf membership. After you join, hit the first pin tweet, put I am VIP. Boom. That will put you in touch with me. I'll get you into the back, and we'll be trading. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Guys, take care of yourself. Never overexposed to any higher price. Buy at support, sell at resistance, trade your patterns, and hit your targets. Let's go.